So this is the first of 2 short videos looking at multiplying a monomial by a polynomial, which is a bunch of fancy words for what you see kind of right here. I have a, which is a monomial, times 5a minus b, which is a binomial, but just one term times multiple terms. And so the individual steps we've done before. So for example, the first thing I want to think about is what's a times 5a? And if you want, you can think about it as 1a times 5a. So we tend to multiply our coefficients together, so 1 times 5 is just 5. And then a times a is a squared. And then I'm almost done. Same idea over here. I have 1a times negative b, or if you want, you can put a 1 there. 1a times negative 1b. Well, 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. I don't really need to write the 1 down, though. And a times b is ab. And so with a bit of practice, this gets pretty quick. So I'm distributing the a, we say, using the distributive property. All right, so looking at this second example here. Here's my monomial. Here's my binomial. Well, what's the type of polynomial? But who cares about the words? It's 3a, or negative 3a, times 5a squared minus b. So 2 steps. First this, negative 3a times 5a squared. And so for this, I would, as we've done before, multiply my coefficients together first. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. And then multiply my variables. A times a squared, as we've seen from previous lessons, is a to the power of 3, or a cubed. There's my first step done. Then same idea over here. So I have negative 3a times negative b. And again, like before, if I want, I can put a 1 there. If that's helpful, do it. I mean, it takes like half a second. But negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. And a times b, they're different variables, so it's just ab. And lastly, again, a monomial, negative 3ab times a binomial. Just a bit more stuff going on here. So again, I'll do the same sort of idea. First, I'll multiply the coefficients of this first pair. And so negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. I have a times a, which is a squared. And I have b times nothing else, so just b. And then just same idea now with this step right here. So again, if it helps, put a 1 right here. But I can think of it as negative 3 times negative 1, which is positive 3. And then a times nothing else, so just an a. But I do have a b times b, which is b squared. So altogether, this equals negative 15a squared b plus 3ab squared. And notice these are not like terms. They have the same variables. They both have a and b. There's both a power of 2, but the exponent does not correspond to the same variable. This one has a squared. This one has b squared. So they are not like terms, which means I'm just done. All right, so essentially, this idea of multiplying a monomial by a polynomial is using the distributive property and builds upon the work we had from a previous lesson.